Wife break.
Sarah opened the bottle of Grand Marnier and had Brookie smell the cork. And she grabs the cork and goes, "Ooh, what is this?" And Sarah says, "Do you think it smells good?" She goes, "Oh, yeah."
This is the 4-year-old being introduced to booze. We are great parents.
We just found our intro.
Hello, and welcome to episode 24 of the WHISKIE Podcast. I'm ChewDada.
And I am Nate Fu.
And what are we drinking today?
We are, wow, you're just going to jump right into the booze, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Has it been a kind of a week for you or something?
Well, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
God, skip the foreplay. Let me pour myself a little bit. We had to actually taste this one kind of off the rip. Because it's definitely a unique one. It is a CALI distillery out here in our neck of the woods, and it's what they want to call an American sipping whiskey, and it's
sipping whiskey, which I found a very interesting title and description.
And that's kind of why it was suggested to us and picked up by us. Was, you know, what is this? It's a local product, and we do like to sip it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we're not shooting it straight up. Why am I hearing, are you muted or?
I'm muted.
I'm hearing voices.
Well, this wouldn't be the first time you've heard voices. Last time required a visit to Asylum, though.
Okay. Anywho, now that we got sidetracked.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm still hearing it.
Yeah, I'm fully muted.
Me too now. Weird. Nothing goes off without a production hitch. So it's a local whiskey, local sipping whiskey, and I'm pleasantly surprised with it. It's kind of in a bourbon family, and it's brewed in that way with rye and corn mash, but
kind of tastes like boba.
I would call this a chai whiskey.
Yes,
because they finish it off like and that's what they finish it in clean oak, and then they throw 11 herbs and spices, a proprietary blend of 11 herbs and spices into it when they finish it off, and those spices definitely come through. It noses very vanilla. It finishes very chai. So,
and it was certainly a surprise when I took my first sip,
right?
But pleasant as it keeps going. So yeah, no complaints.
It definitely has a good finish on it. It lingers well, and at an MSRP of $30 a bottle.
Yeah, we'll probably keep something like this around.
Yeah, I could recommend it.
It's a bit sweeter.
It's definitely sweeter. It's a dessert whiskey.
Yeah,
like this is cigar and fire pit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a nice dark cigar.
Yeah.
With this
would brighten that up nicely. Yeah. So, CALI Whiskey. Apparently, we do something right here on the West Coast with our.
Yeah, I'll drink to that. Cheers. Well, you make me reach. Show how short I am on stream.
Gotta show off that dad get.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls his eyes because in a little inside baseball. The last episode we did, he was just turned at that right angle, and all he said to me the entire week after was, "God, my dad gut. God, my dad gut. I got to work on my dad gut."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we worked on it. We made it, at least an inch or two larger. Probably not what I meant, but to quote the meme I shared with the group earlier, Food calls to me like the ocean calls to Moana.
Yes.
And for the parents out there, you get me. So speaking of parenting, how's your last 2 weeks been?
It has been hard work, and the effort is paying off.
Good.
We've definitely pushed back on a lot of both children's tendencies, and the fruits of that labor is we can now literally drop them in their cribs, which, I mean, they're toddler beds at this point, and walk out of the room.
So you've been kind of enforcing some hard lines when it comes to
very hard
bedtime
lines
and things like
Yeah.
that.
And it was something 2 weeks ago when we last chatted, we were talking about possibly doing more streaming content and getting out there and doing some gaming. That was a big caveat to that, because prior to these last 2 weeks, bedtime it existed of me, laying on the floor in the bedroom until both of them passed out. Because if you got up and left, it was a fight and a hoot and a holler, and nobody wanted to deal with that crap. Right? It's a lot of noise. So what typically happened at bedtime is, hey, let's get on, let's do some gaming tonight. Was I'd go in, I'd read books, we'd put on white noise, I'd try to leave, we get a big fight. So I stay in there, I lay on the floor on a pillow, and next thing I know, the wife's waking me up at 10:30 to come to bed.
Well, and also, I mean, your daughter knows how to play the game. The oldest will consistently play the "let's put Uncle Wookie to sleep" game, and will inform me that there's no crying, no asking to stay up later, no excuses, no complaining.
Oh, I can't wait till
like,
you get her. Yeah, when you get her after this round, you may have an entirely new set of commands.
Oh yeah,
that you have to deal with.
Yeah. So far, it's only been I've been informed that I had to go swimming with her yesterday. It was not a request; it was a command. And just a whole slew of things. At the same time, she also explained to me in rather, specific detail, how rain falls. Yeah.
She just came into my office this morning with a volcano, I guess she made in daycare or something, or some sort of art class, or art, whatever, when the wives do art with the kids, and explained to me what type of volcano it was, why it differed from the other two types of volcanoes. And I'm never ceased to be amazed by the amount of recall this child has with information.
And we wonder why not only do our own comments get turned against us frequently, but also the, well, I say so, doesn't actually work anymore. It hasn't worked for a while.
No, that hasn't worked for a while. But yeah, I mean, the most recent thing has been, it's a no ifs, ands, or buts. Well, actually, we don't do but. But is a banned word, in dealing with the child raising. It's, yes, this is the way it is, and it's still this condition, right?
I don't know. She was calling a lot of things buttheads yesterday.
Well, yes, that but is but, not right. And that was, again, it's a simple, small wording change. If you look at them and say, I know you're upset, but it's still bedtime. Versus, I know you're upset and it's still bedtime. And it was a small little shift in that wording that started that ball rolling, where it was like, okay, and now the most recent thing, and I can't wait till you get to this point, because you're going to have all the shit figured out.
Oh yeah, because that's how this works.
Yeah. It's actually working quite well in the two of them. And I actually have the wife on board with all of her book reading and all of her articles and all the research she did. Just winging it over here, has seemed to figure out how to get the how to tame the beasts. But the most recent little hack that we're doing, I hate using that term hack because it's not a hack. When she's not getting her way because they've wasted time and played around, we have a typical 3-story rule, but they've been trying to game the system by, well, if I jump on you and you can't read, well, that's not really a story, and the story takes longer. And now I have to go pee. Mm-hmm. Oh, you need to make my lemonade. Dinner, so right, exactly.
I need to eat now.
So she's pushing back on that. So next thing we know, we only have 2 stories. Oh, we only had 1 story. And she gets upset, rightfully so, because the rule is, or the game is, we get 3 stories. She fucked around. And I will tell her, girl, you played around and you wouldn't let daddy read his stories. So now we're down to 1. It's bedtime. We will try it. And this is the thing. We will try again tomorrow. And
repetition and consistency.
Holy crap. When it came out of my mouth. It came, off the top of my head, out of my mouth. And the reaction was instant.
Nice.
Was, oh, okay. Give me a hug and a kiss, Bubba. I love you. Go to bed. Love you too, Daddy. And she crawled in her bed and she went to sleep. But it was that little nugget of, we'll try again tomorrow.
Yep.
So.
And it's consistency. It's showing okay, this isn't going to change tomorrow. This isn't a one-time thing.
Right.
These are the new rules, and these are what we're going to follow through on.
Mm-hmm.
But follow through is always the hardest part.
Well, and it's punitive without being punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh, yeah, I got it. I was playing around tonight. We'll try again tomorrow this is tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's a new book. We can try again. And it's been...
Look at you being so smart.
You think all the stuff I've been doing in the mental health servers, helping adults. No, it works on children too.
So you're putting the moderators to bed?
Yes. Sometimes I have to because they stay up way too damn late.
Mm-hmm. Did you tell them to get off their lawn with their hippity hoppity?
What's funny? When you talk about that, this is a recent conversation that's come up amongst the team. And you're in the server, you see it. We have a lot of people that tend to overextend, right? They want it. They're doing good things. And that makes, you get that endorphin hit when you have someone that you can help through a small crisis, that you just want to keep doing it. And next thing you know, you've been running for 72 hours with very little sleep.
Right.
And now you're no good to anyone. So, yeah, I've kind of had to tell a few of the moderators, go to bed.
Mm-hmm. We should have the Samuel L. Jackson go the fuck to sleep. Just queued up at a certain time of night in that channel.
Oh, yeah, and that's like, it's so weird, the dynamic with dealing with the 2 children around bedtime, because Brooke has taken over on the stories.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where her sister will go, I'm not choosing a story tonight. So that's kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm. But her sister is also, just about 2. So she's reaching that point where, no.
Just
I'm
about,
gonna do my own
just
thing.
about 2?
Hmm?
Just about 3.
Just about 3, right. Shit. 3-nager.
Yeah. So
shit, I've been married for almost 3 years.
Right?
Hi, honey.
If I didn't have my anniversary date or my wedding date emblazoned on the back of the shoes we wore, I'd be in the same boat.
Mm-hmm. Well, I keep forgetting because, we had 2 weddings. Mm-hmm. Both weddings your wife was pregnant for.
Right.
So.
Stop getting married.
Right. I don't know. Snip, snip.
Yeah, I'm working on it. That's actually in the talks this year once, everything gets buttoned up with this whole pandemic. You know.
Just hope it's not zippered up because that would be even more painful.
But back to Charlotte, to give her some sort of, I guess, personal power in the bedtime routine. She gets to pick whatever the sleep sound is. We do some sort of white noise every night. Either, we got pink noise, rain sounds, oceans, whatever. So that is 100% Charlotte's choice.
Nice.
So, yeah, we've got a good, happy dynamic. And if anyone follows either one of the channels, you saw the two of us actually popped together and did a crossplay stream.
Yeah, we managed to play cross-platform the other day. And before Destiny, Bungie took it away. And we actually enjoyed it. It was weird. But no, so I've got the opposite problem with my kid. My kid loves sleeping. Like, she'll go to sleep and sleep through the night pretty consistently. Problem is, this past Thursday, she started walking. And it wasn't I'm going to take a step or two and then fall down. It was no, I've been doing this for a while. What are you talking about? And took like 8 or 9 steps consistently. And the next day was running. And, the day after that, it was like second nature. You're like, Jesus, girl, seriously?
Well, and again, anyone that's been following the podcast for a while here knows that like she was slow to start crawling.
And then when she did it, it looked like she'd been doing it all her life.
She did the most wacky, weird, that peg-like crawl, but it was, we always joked around. That's like, she goes, I don't got time for this crawling shit. I'm just going to go straight to walking. And yeah, it just literally overnight was just, I got this. And just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 steps. And I'm going, okay, that's impressive. By the next day, she was walking the length of my walk up to my, 20 feet.
And now she's been running to try and keep up with her cousins.
Absolutely.
I'm blaming
absurd.
daycare and her cousins for all of this because, everyone's a bad influence.
Are we
the fact that she's...
Are we going to start a new hashtag
months.
Blame Berta? I mean, between, you're suddenly just figuring out altogether how to walk.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for her to come home with like a mouthful of teeth. Because that's the last major thing left for her to do is, get her baby teeth in. And she doesn't have any teeth at 15 months. But that doesn't stop her from eating. But, I've got 2 more check marks left on my Father's Day whiskey that I need to do. And, get another bottle of that whiskey, apparently.
Well, we're not. Oh, man, we missed the opportunity to have that for the walking. How many check boxes are left?
There's 2 check boxes left.
Which ones?
Teeth and sleep away from home overnight.
Okay.
Without us there. That's the key part. Without us there. Have our first sleepover somewhere.
Right. Yeah, ours are actually going out for the night because, we have a family friend that's turning 80. So my sister very kindly took the responsibility of taking care of my daughters for the night, which is good. I've been trying to get. I want them to be familiar with their family. My family life has been kind of an absolute shit show. So I don't want the same things that happened in my family to carry down to my next of kin here. So I'm glad my sister has stepped up and took the opportunity. I remember Amy looking at me going, what are we going to do for the birthday party? I don't know if because my cousin who would normally watch them, my aunt and uncle, I should say, aunt and uncle, they just had a newborn as well. So they're 100% occupied with the newborn. They're not taking on my 2 balls of energy. And she goes, well, I don't know what we're going to do. I said, have you called my sister? And she goes, no. I said, give it a whirl. What's the worst you can say? And
sure enough,
made the phone call. My sister was like,
see, all of our
can we take them swimming?
Fell through. So I'll be watching Maya tonight while you guys all go and celebrate. I know. I'm going to have to, drink and celebrate by myself. Oh, woe is me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll, edit some of the podcast. Probably not, though.
I mean, it would be nice.
Hey, I'm usually waiting on you. And then it goes out like the next day.
Right. Well, I mean, last episode, we were, a machine with it. We recorded Sunday. I edited Monday. Yeah. It posted Tuesday
morning. Yeah.
And hopefully that'll be the case with this one.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the new computers have helped this entire process so much.
The new computers, the fact that, I think we've got this process down now. Today
So
was
we're learning it and getting that better.
Yeah, the setup time to get everything in place here today was 15 minutes.
And as long as my daughter doesn't turn off my computer again, like she did twice this morning,
Wait,
I think we're in good shape.
I think the Twitch feed just went down.
No, you're joking.
I am joking.
Yeah. Yeah. Innate food, damn it. Dang it, Bobby.
Yeah. So yeah, we have walkers. That's where that one came from. It literally overnight went from crawl to walk, and I pray for your sanity.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Because she was already an absolute ball of
energy. But now, like, the fun thing is so I replaced the backup batteries on my computer. So it turns out that's what was failing, not the old computer. But so I just have it sitting on the side, and she'll come into the office and turn on and off the old backup battery.
Hold on. We just breezed past a point here.
Huh?
The problem with your computer,
the old computer that kept
crashing during your work meetings, that prompted your company to say, "Hey, we're going to buy you a $4,000 gaming rig."
$5,000 after taxes.
$5,000 after taxes and shipping and whatnot. It was the UPS the entire time.
Yep. I'm enjoying my new computer. Yeah.
Okay.
I am number one.
And carry on.
But no, so my little one will walk in, sit down, start pushing the the button so the alarm goes off, realize it doesn't have the same reaction to me, stand up and go running to mom instead and bothering her. So that's a nice change of things.
Small victory.
The problem is she now realizes the power of all the other buttons that she can now reach. I found her yesterday with a lock that we have for the pool gate behind us. Yeah, she was hanging on the lock trying to pull it down so that she could get through the gate.
She understands how it works.
Oh, she understands all of it. She just doesn't have the motor skills yet for it, thankfully.
She is going, when we're long gone, your daughter is going to resent my oldest for all the things that are corrected.
Right. Well, here's hoping
Brooke,
they do.
Brooke is the reason we actually had to put the padlock on the pool gate, because she would just open it, and I'm not worried about her. She could swim. She did 4 laps in this freaking pool the other day, and kept going. And when she got tired, flipped on her back and floated for a minute to catch her breath. I'm not worried about her. The problem is she's lazy and doesn't close the damn door behind her. She gets that from her mother. So.
I think that's an inherited trait across the board.
I turn lights off behind me.
Yeah, but you also leave empty glasses all over the place.
Just because you keep filling them up.
I mean, that's part of the price to pay.
So yeah, that's the parenting side of this. Community-wise, I'm very happy that I've been seeing more and more and more and more and more of our community members getting they're on their first and second shots. Yeah. Like that we're well on the road for.
Dude, you guys are going to see people that you haven't seen in a year and a half at this point.
Yeah, we had
tomorrow, yeah.
Well, this morning, actually.
It's true, yeah.
We had a couple of friends of ours from Ren Fair that because Ren Fair was canceled, last year and this year. So it's been 2 years since we've seen them. Just they decided that, you know what, we're going to make it real easy for you. We will come get coffee. We will bring it to you. We're paying for it. All you have to do is show up. Yes or no.
Like, if they're going to make it that convenient.
If they're going to make it that easy.
My question is, where's my coffee?
You didn't come to the park.
I did, actually. We were at the park before you got there.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, we were.
You should have stuck around.
We didn't want to stick around because then we'd never get Maya out of there because her cousins are there and her auntie was there.
Again, this is a you problem.
Special shout out to Hank and Willa, who were playing with all of our kids, even though they didn't realize that they were all of our kids. And Hank and Willa are a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, so.
Oh, they were probably still there when we showed up.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah. I asked your daughter if she met Hank and Will, and she's like, yeah, how did you know? Like, oh, we know these things.
But yeah, they came down, made it real easy, and it's like, show up or don't. We're making the effort. Come and see us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're kind of taking stock in their circle of friends around them, because they've actually had people say no.
Right.
Like, you can't make it much more easy than that.
Well, I mean, there's also a general fear still going around. Like, something, since both of our wives are teachers, something that they end up having to deal with is the fact that, okay, CDC just released the masks are not necessary if you're vaccinated.
Right.
It looks like your wife got your second down.
Yes. Oh yeah, you didn't get the message?
No, I haven't muted.
Gotcha. I thought,
Mm-hmm. But what was I saying?
Mandates.
Masks mandates. The problem is that for elementary and middle school, which they teach, those kids still don't have the access to the vaccines yet.
It's not that they can't.
Yeah, it's not that they can't.
Or that they won't. They can't.
Exactly. So they're still exposed and at risk for all of this, regardless of, whether the vaccines cover any of these new strains that might be happening or anything like that. So
right.
We are choosing, to ignore that risk because there's the majority of other people in age groups that are not affected.
Sure.
And even if they are not impacted at the same caliber, we're still choosing the likelihood of them getting sick over, further inconvenience of anti-maskers and, people that just want to pretend it's over and go back to normal.
Yeah, this is a very weird dynamic coming out, and like with that latest CDC mandate. Prior to this, I could tell the people that were just being, raging against whatever machine they feel that they were raging against. I'm not wearing a mask because whatever.
Because America.
Right. Whatever your reason is. Mm-hmm. Right. Now, we did the right thing, or whatever. We did the vaccine. I'm not going to even put a right or wrong to it. My opinion is the right way. Mm-hmm. You have your own opinion. We did the vaccine thing, so we have now earned the privilege to go out in public without a mask and not be a potential risk.
Incoming ice, please hold.
Here you go. We got your boobs on stream. Thank you.
Yeah, baby.
Hold on. It's coming right back to you. I can edit this. This is all live stuff.
Yeah, I don't edit the video.
Yeah. Good staying out of frame. Yeah, just a boob.
Yeah. That's my wife, baby. That's my wife. I sometimes wonder why they're still married to us.
It's, because we're going to make millions of dollars off of this podcasting streaming career thing that we're doing.
Oh, yes, because we still haven't developed any of the additional content ideas that we thought of because,
let me tell you, that's a pain point that I've been seeing elsewhere. And we'll have that conversation at a later date. But yeah, now, like, we've earned the privilege to go out in public without masks on because we've mitigated our risk to society.
Well, we've mitigated the risk to ourselves, and we've mitigated, as a result of the community and circles that we're in, we've mitigated the likelihood of those around us being impacted by our decisions.
And again, if you believe the science behind it, I do. Being vaccinated reduces your probability of transmitting latently, right? Even if I'm come in contact with someone with coronavirus, I'm not going to then spread it to someone else. So again, I've done my part in my eyes to mitigate my risks to everyone around me. I can't tell the difference now.
Right. Well, and I mean, we still have the issue no matter what. Beyond kids, you've got, 10 million people in America have an autoimmune or immune deficiency.
Right.
Disease or disorder of some kind that are still highly at risk. And, that could be anyone who, cancer patient dealing with chemo, to someone, again, with, a disease or, disorder or something like that there. And they don't have the protections or the luxury of it.
Right.
And
at least they could tell, oh, you're wearing a mask. Obviously, you give a crap about my condition. Right. And it's not like the autoimmune, or whatever, people with suppressed immune systems, they couldn't wear masks and aren't still wearing masks. Right.
But the mask is less to protect you. It is to prevent the spread.
What it became was this weird little scarlet letter / badge of honor. Right. And I don't agree with that. I understand why it's looked at that way. I'll still be wearing my mask just to show solidarity until...
I'm not even wearing it for solidarity. I'm wearing it because I respect the people around me.
Yeah. But we've been told that we don't have to wear them anymore. I'm still going to wear it.
Right. And you know what? There's, I believe the odds are 95% protected. And prevention from spread and prevention from catching symptoms or anything with it. So for me especially, because I work remotely and from home, 95% is, that 5% that's left is minimal impact.
Right.
But if you are a cashier, a hostess, a server, a public transit person, anyone in any of these categories, that 5% starts adding up very quickly.
Right.
And
you look at your circle of influence and you go, holy crap. Right.
And a lot of those protections that kept people able to stay afloat because of, what was going on a global scale are starting to disappear. Now, the economy is coming back. It's stabilizing. We're not losing jobs, depending on the twist and the spin you see on it.
Right.
You can be, oh, this is the worst thing ever, too. No, this is actually stable. This is a good sign. Regardless of any of those things, we are starting to see people go out again. We are starting to see what that means as an impact.
Right.
But that means that everyone that is a forward-facing, face-to-face customer service person is now dealing with 20 to 30 times more interaction.
Right.
Than they would, had this been a month ago.
Right. Yeah. And for the most part, we dance around political issues here on the channel because I don't know. It's not worth the fight for most people. You're not going to change anyone's minds.
I would like to tangent for the moment because we are now being shown new shoes that have been bought and purchased for my child.
Two shoes walk into a bar.
So
in the door. I said 2 shoes walk into a bar.
That was such a dad joke.
Yes.
This is a dad podcast. That's why there are dad jokes.
I'm getting looks of judgment from my wife.
No, that's pain that you see on my face.
Yeah.
There's, reviewing life's choices and things like that. To poor life choices. Clink.
Here. Reach. I'm already halfway over the table.
You're already halfway there? Living on a prayer?
Lizard on a chair. But no, we're coming out of this, and there's going to be some sort of weird reckoning with everything that's been deferred and forbeared and...
Well, what's funny is I laugh at how quickly they pushed to get schools and everything reopened. But for us, a week and a half and school's over.
Right.
For the summer. But now people can suddenly go out again for the summer. But a lot of camps aren't opening. A lot of outdoor public activities that you typically go to have had their prices changed. Disneyland, which used to be a favorite hot spot to just drop your kids off for the day and then come back and pick them up later, has completely changed their annual pass.
I thought they did away with it.
They did away with it. And there's talks of, what the new version of it might be. But it's a very drastic change. So suddenly, and much more expensive. So a lot of the general, tools and methods that were available are going to change. So what does that mean? More people at the beach, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Will people go outside and, be friendly and interact? Probably not. I mean, this is America. I don't like walking out my front door. I don't know. We're going to start seeing what this new dynamic looks like.
Yeah.
And I certainly don't think it's going to the mall and shopping.
Yeah, we've learned to do without.
Well, not only that, like retail was suffering long before the pandemic.
Yeah, retail has become the showroom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you go into the store, you go, okay, that looks right, that fits right.
Mm-hmm. I'll get it online.
Yeah, run home, get it online on a bargain.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, well, we're going to start seeing a lot of things. Like, I think part of what all of this has done, as I said, it's made us as society reevaluate things. Like the amount of cybersecurity stuff that's going on right now that I just see, partly because I work in that now, but it's like,
it's amazing what you see when you're exposed to it.
Right. But like the East Coast, a pipeline got hacked by Russian, Western European hackers.
Like Dogside.
Yes. And right now people are filling up plastic bags with gas because of some shortage. And well, first off, the Darwin Awards are calling.
Right.
But secondly, it's like a lot of the stuff that wasn't considered relevant or important now is, and very apparent for what its impacts are. And a lot of the things that we took for granted and always being necessary are kind of being brought into question.
Mm-hmm. Well, gasoline is the new toilet paper.
Well, for the moment,
right?
It's not going to last as long because, our entire economy is based off of that. But
toilet paper?
No, gasoline. Well, I mean, there's a lot of shit out there no matter what, but.
Life break.
Sarah opened the bottle of Grand Marnier and had Brookie smell the cork. And she grabs the cork and goes, "Ooh, what is this?" And Sarah says, "Do you think it smells good?" She goes, "Oh, yeah."
This is the 4-year-old being introduced to booze. We are great.
We just found our intro.
Mm-hmm. I just hope it comes out well.
I hope it got picked up, yeah. My God.
We are great parents.
But yeah, I almost think that the run on gas, and again, I wasn't around for the 70s gas rations.
Yeah, 79, 78, something like that. Yeah.
Right. So, but that rationing versus panic buy. I think the toilet paper crisis of 2020, gas is now the new panic buy.
Well, at the same time, it's also we're seeing a drastic change in how people are interacting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lumber shortage right now.
There has been.
Yeah, and it's not because of new tools or because something got hacked or because of new tariffs or anything like that. It's that majority of the industry was automated, and the only things that are not automated are low-paying, high-risk jobs for humans that they've been trying to downsize anyway. So when the pandemic hit, they said, yeah, we're probably not going to sell a lot of lumber, so let's scale back. And the opposite happened.
Right.
People are like home, so they're like, oh, I guess we should do some renovations, huh? And people were unwilling to do it.
Right.
Why should I risk my life for less than minimum wage? And that brings up a whole other conversation, but we're not going to get into that on this episode.
Yeah, I want to ride that one out the next 2 weeks to see how this plays out before you even give that the respect it needs.
Yeah, though I do like the memes that are coming out. No one wants to show up to work anymore. They'd rather play with their 8-foot tall vampire mama,
right?
Or those other versions of it. So, for those of you that don't get it, that's a Resident Evil 8 reference, and it is very amusing to me because I'm 12.
So speaking of video games, obviously Resident Evil 8's coming out with...
it has been out, yeah.
Yeah, it has been out. Too much good fanfare. You had mentioned earlier something about us playing around with the crossplay functionality of
Yes.
Our personal, I guess, go-to. I wouldn't say it would be our favorite game at this point.
No, this new season of the Spicer, I'm actually impressed with. But, Destiny 2 has kind of been our fallback and our consistent.
Right.
And we were able to play Xbox and PC and get a group together of all of us. So that was nice.
With minimal issues. Like you and I were both on our PCs, the wife, our friend Monch.
And we were all able to stream.
Yeah, we're on Xbox. And then we had our friend Worst come in completely after the fact. Didn't know that we were cross-playing until he got into the party. So if this is the future of cross-play,
I'm kind of excited for it.
I'm very excited for it. And then of course, so Bungie, knowing that people were having fun with this, decided to, we're going to shut that off.
Legitimately, you had to push various buttons and go around way to make it happen.
Apparently, some people were noticing on their if you look at the clan roster now, it shows their platform.
Yeah.
Some people were actually seeing cross-platform icons in the clan list and were able to join.
Yeah, and I mean, this is something they've talked about, but they haven't actually fully tested it yet. So yes, it was a nice teaser. I love the idea. I would have loved for it to stay, but I also fully understand that we don't actually know what the repercussions would be for this, if it went live. Because part of the reason it was discovered was this season went live to a ton of errors, like most new releases end up going through. And so people were bored and experimenting while they were trying to get things to work, and suddenly realized they could.
Like I said, some people legit were seeing cross-platform in their clan rosters, and then it prompted everyone else to see, well, what if I sign in and switch? And that what I was lovingly calling the hopscotch method, which is how we did it. Was I signed into my Xbox and then showed up online.
Yeah, and then your Xbox lost power.
Well, it got forcibly kicked off by my PC connection. But the login persisted for whatever 2 minutes that it takes for Xbox Live to realize you're offline.
There's legitimately no lag.
Yeah. I had a couple of instances where an enemy would teleport worse than lag. Yeah. Like I'm shooting a Hydra, and but next thing I know, it's over there.
Yeah, but you had two systems playing and streaming at the same time.
Sure.
On your connection.
Well, I don't even know if my connection could handle that. I have done that before, and usually it's a little rubber banding. This was just straight relocation. Like, I'm not there. I'm over here now.
Right.
So, sure. I mean, I look at it. They had an opportunity to see exactly what would happen, and unless the data is somehow vetted out that they were looking and going, holy crap, this is burdening the system. Or as I actually replied to someone's tweet on it, like, if this is going to affect the legitimacy of the upcoming raid race, right? If this could be exploited to that end, okay, fine, turn it off. And I attempted to do the hopscotch because I have all the equipment in my office. It doesn't not work. It does return a squid error code.
I think they pushed to make the system there, and I think we'll probably see a technical beta or something coming much sooner rather than later.
Sure.
But, just like they did when there was that one major error last year or last season where they're like, yeah, we know this is there. We know you guys are having fun with it.
Oh, laser tag week?
Yeah. Something like that. We know you guys are having fun with it. You know what? Enjoy this week. We'll take it out next week. They let people do this for a couple days before they said, yeah, we're going to turn this off now.
1 day.
No, 2 days. It was the start first day and then Wednesday, and then Thursday is when they got rid of it.
Thursday, 1:00. So, yeah, sure. I guess if they collected enough data, fine. It's kind of, I was hoping it would last the course of the week. Yeah.
Again, I think it comes down to not being technically ready for it.
I would happily give them more data. And again, if it wasn't blowing up servers on their end, that's kind of a shitty move.
Yeah. However, to get more info on Nate Fu, I'm willing to sell it to you for the right price. His password is 12345.
It's the same password as my luggage.
Brilliant. Spaceballs reference, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that don't get it,
then is now.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah. When will then be now? Soon.
Yeah, they're not talking to us.
Okay.
But I think
we covered children. We covered life. We covered video games.
We're gonna work on that new content, right? We're gonna get on that.
Hey, I streamed what?
Yeah, it's more than streaming. We got videos to make. We got blogs to write.
I still have a full-time job that I actually have to leave the house to go to.
Yeah, I still have a full-time job. It takes more hours. So there you go.
You were able to sell your damn car because your commute is from your bedroom to your office.
Actually, I don't want next week I go into the office.
How are you going to get there?
Probably going to get dropped off at the metro station and then take the train in.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not my first time. Plus, I spent enough time in New York. I can get on a subway.
Well, yeah, their subways actually work.
Ish. And hopefully there's not, giant rats in this one that will, shank you for
raise 4 small turtles into, crime-fighting ninjas.
I think that's a different city.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we've covered we've covered the topics. So.
We were talking about why we can't record more than one episode at a time, and this is why. We're starting to get a little tipsy, and last time we tried to record more than one episode at once, we were drunk off our asses. And thank you, Dano. We appreciate you for putting up with us. But yeah, we were kind of screwed. And on that bombshell, shall we wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right. Who are you?
I am Nate Fu. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/NateFu, N8FOO. You can find me on Twitter at GGN8FOO.
And I am ChewDada. You can find me everywhere at ChewDada 2020. And we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us. Let us know what you want. Let us know if you've got interests, or hell, let us know if you just want to come on and shoot the shit with us.
Right.
But with that...
No. And in your interim, if you want to kind of see the behind the scenes, if you want to check out any of our past episodes, please go to www. Thank you very much. There's 3 W's in that. www.debuffdad.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find all of our past episodes.
As well as musings and deep thoughts and other random things that hopefully other dads and gamers can appreciate.
And we're going to try to update that some more. So
yeah. And, YouTube, we're actually going to start putting content up there. And I know you'll believe it when you see it, but it's happening. The future is now.
All right. I think we've plugged everything we need to plug.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing any Patrons or any. Yeah. We're not doing any fundraising.
Well, we better plug everything because if we don't, then the daughter will probably unplug it. So, with that, from episode 24, thanks and peace out.